Hey, it's your favorite slightly hood therapist, and I always say that I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna try to make this quick because it's just about time for me to put some food in my belly. But I had to come and hop on my vlog real quick because I just had two interactions that made me feel like, don't wait and talk about this until you have it scheduled to talk about, until it's in your lineup of things to talk about. You might need to go ahead and talk about this. So, I just had a conversation with an individual who is a photographer, and we laughed and joked about it. But what we discussed was how this professional photographer, when they are out and they're doing their job, they're hired by one individual to do photography for an event, and they're taking different pictures, the types of pushback and types of difficulties that they have to face. And those difficulties that they have to face are always with women. And we laugh because it's kind of funny that here professional photographer is out trying to do their thing, and they snap a picture of you, and you're asking this person who has to take pictures of hundreds of people to, oh, stop, let me see that. Can you make my neck look longer? Can you make my stomach look flat? Can you take this fat off my arms? And it's funny, but then it's sad, because right after I had this conversation with this individual, I go on Facebook, and one of my Facebook friends makes a post that says the most beautiful women, black women on the earth, have been convinced to try to look like everybody else. That took some of the steam out of the funniness. And, I'm going to be vulnerable and be honest with you guys. I have struggled severely with vanity issues. Much when I was younger. It's gotten a lot better now, but I'm not going to front like I don't still struggle with that from time to time. Self-esteem and self-image issues lie within me. And some of that, I think some of it is cultural. If I'm going to be honest with you, I think some of that is cultural. As a young black girl, it wasn't cute to be skinny. We had to be, in order to look good and be appreciated, not only by members of the opposite sex, if that's what you're interested in, but by your own people, by your own other female species. You got talked about if you were a black girl and you were too skinny. And it's been my impression from having individuals that I've been friends with who are not black, who would say, well, I was too fat and I got picked on for being fat. And I'm looking at them and seeing pictures of them when they were younger, and I'm like, that ain't fat, that's thick, and I wish I had that. But then, because I wasn't comfortable with my body and the way that I looked, even as I gained weight, it then became an issue of, well, now you're gaining too much weight, or you're gaining it in the wrong places. And the thought then becomes, where do we get this from? Where do we become so disillusioned that our bodies, that our hair, that our features are not okay the way they are? Now, don't get me wrong. That is not to say that a person can't take self-care into things, that you can decide, I don't really prefer my hair to be a certain style. I want to try different styles. I want to see how things look. I don't really like that I've got this extra little bit here, and so I want to work out not only to look better to myself, not to everyone else, but to look better to myself. I'm going to work out and I'm going to tighten that up a little bit. Or because I want to be healthy, I'm going to exercise. That's not to say that those things shouldn't happen, but when do we cross the line that it turns into, I am not good enough the way I am, so I have to take extreme measures to look good to me or anyone else? That I have to take extreme measures to be happy with who I am, that I have to not be comfortable in my own skin, and when people are looking at me or taking pictures of me and it really ain't about me, I'm at a public function, Let me see it. Let me see it. Don't do this. Change this about me. Changing yourself in Photoshop to a space where you don't even look like who you really are. I'll say this. Lots of things have humbled me over my lifetime. And I posted a video recently about the parental ego. Being a parent, being a mother to a daughter has humbled me a lot, because there are times I still struggle with my body. I still struggle with body image issues, but there are times where I have had to check myself and stop myself mid-sentence and fix my face and look to my left or my right and see that my daughter is watching me. And not only is she watching me to see who I am, she is watching me to see who she is and how she should love herself and how she should treat her body. And I don't ever want her to feel like her body is not beautiful the way that it is, that there are things about her body that she cannot change and that she should not change, that she should love her body. I want her to love her body. How do we get ourselves to a space where we love our bodies? Yes, take care of your body. Work out if you want to. Wear whatever you like to wear that makes you feel comfortable. Do whatever you want to do to your hair that makes you feel good, regardless of what people think about it. But are you doing it because you really do love yourself and it's an enhancement to the love that you have for yourself? Or are you doing it because you don't really like it? You don't really like and love these things about yourself, and you don't feel like you ever will until you change them. Please don't do that. Please learn to love who you are and what you are. And I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to learn to love who I am, the form that I have every single day, more days than not, versus how it used to be when I didn't like myself more days than not.